You know, it's been said that you can tell a lot about a society by the way it treats its young people and its elderly people. And in general, West Virginians tend to hold conservative, traditional values and believe in the sanctity of life. And in recent years, several steps have been taken to protect our children under the leadership of Governor Ray Tomlin and Colonel Jay Smithers. That progress continues. The formation of the Crimes Against Children Unit is a prime example of our agency's progress. Specially trained investigators assigned to the unit work hand in hand with field troopers to identify situations involving abuse and neglect, to investigate it thoroughly, and to arrest perpetrators. The quick arrest of Miss Ashley Kreh and Mr. Ordie Rogers yesterday and the death of their 3-month-old daughter, Darlene Marie Rogers, demonstrates our effectiveness. Colonel Smithers is firmly committed to protecting our youth. He is also willing to expand the unit and its responsibilities as needed in order to curb violence inflicted upon the most vulnerable among us.
The complaint that was filed included information about what she had stated. The overall reason why it happened, I don't think had to do with any particular scenario as much as it does without understanding the intent that she had, not be able to see into her mind what was going on in her about herself in the situation. So I don't want to get into exactly what she said in this investigation, but that wasn't the complaint.
Another thing also, the house, I guess there was maybe she took care of she cared more for the animals than she did for her own child. Is that something? And it sounds like from what I've heard too that this area was not a nice living. She been looked at before? Or was she in trouble for the living conditions?
Not that I know of, and I hadn't heard anything about the animals versus the children. It was, it was a single wide trailer. It wasn't the cleanest I've been in, and it wasn't the dirtiest I've been in. There was animals in the home, but I don't know that was a factor in any way.
Were there other children in the home?
Yes, there was other children in the home.
Are they still there, or?
No.
Okay.
Can you guys tell us what brought you out there in the first place? Or is that part of the...
I received a phone call that the child was at Roan General Emergency Room and that the situation was grave at that time, and the child was being transported by air to Ruby for better treatment.
In this situation, can you talk about were the other children older, young, infants or something like? Can you talk about that? You're not going to get the exact age.
There was a 2-year-old child in the house.
Okay. Were they any markings? Like, were they hurt as well, or is it that they not from what you guys have seen?
I don't think it's a good idea at this time to talk about it.
When did you all know that there was a situation you needed to investigate? I mean, other than there's a child at the hospital, how did you know there was something criminal?
That develops throughout the investigation. It could have been an accident at home. You don't know what it was, and once you start asking questions, you talk to the doctors that are involved in the case. In this case, once I went to Ruby Memorial, met with the doctors, met with Sergeant Adam Scott, who's with the Children's Crime Unit up there, and spoke with the doctors, the type of injuries the child had, whether that was consistent with statements being given by the individuals involved, and if they're not consistent, then you try to find out why.
Okay.
Was she very cooperative with you guys in the whole investigation, or was it you've been working with her?
She was willing to give a statement.
At this time, the state of West Virginia intends to fully prosecute these parents to the fullest extent of the law. We believe that they do not have no defense for what they did to their child. It was a very good investigation. This has been the most disturbing case that I've been a part of as an attorney. Usually cases like this take a very long time to develop and sometimes never get solved. I was fortunate to have Corporal Balls on my side. He's a seasoned investigator. He was able to worked with staff at Ruby Memorial, Brown General, as well as other state police officers, and came up with a theory about what happened, came to the parents. Parents gave us some ideas as to what happened, and based upon the medical results that the doctors had at Ruby Memorial, we found that this was not accidental, and it was intentional, and it had appeared that it had happened over a period of time. I intend to show that the mother tortured this child to death, and in her greatest hour of need, her father neglected to do anything. And because of that, we have a dead 3-month-old. That should not have happened.
Are these two going to see the same amount of charges? And the mother was the one that I guess you could actually say did the...
At this time, the charges, the mother is facing more severe charges. She is facing child abuse resulting in death. The father has been charged with child abuse or child neglect resulting in death. It's a lesser crime. However, we are in the initial stages of the investigation. This case will still have to be presented to a grand jury. There may be more charges that come out of grand juries, particularly in Calhoun County. I like to look at the evidence, and if they feel that there are more appropriate charges, I would not be surprised if there will be additional charges.
As a prosecutor, the Crimes Against Children's Unit, how vital is what they do to help solve and put these people behind bars and come up with convictions and everything?
Very vital. Fortunately, it's the first time I've really got to work with them. I hope I never have to work with them again. But, you know, if I do, I'm confident that they will do their jobs. As far as cases involving death, we really got answers fast, and I'm impressed with the results that we had. I'm confident I'll be able to get convictions on anything I present to a jury. Father has had some petty misdemeanors, nothing serious, nothing felonious. The mother I'm unfamiliar with. She has not been before the court system in Calhoun County.
Crimes Against Children Unit is basically a concept that come together from the ICAC unit, which has been in existence since 2006, and the Child Protection Unit, which was 2006. They were two separate entities. December 2009, we combined the two, and it's a matter of the ICAC unit, which is Internet Crimes Against Children, went into a home. They wanted to look at a computer. They weren't concerned about the human. The Child Protection Unit went into a home. They never looked at the computer. They looked at the children and the parents. We combined both. Both aspects now work together, and you do both as you go into a house, which increased our capabilities tremendously at that point. We are a resource for city agencies, sheriff's agencies, other detachments like Corporal Wold around the state. We take care of each. We have a person in each troop who's assigned specifically to that troop, and our main function is basically as an assisting agency for the rest of the department and other departments around the state.
How successful has this unit been since it was started?
It's been very successful. I mean, the ICAC side of things has like 100% clearance ratio. I mean, a conviction ratio, not clearance. I mean, if they had a reason to come knocking at your door, it's been 100% conviction rate in those aspects of those cases, which the child pornography and things of that nature. The child abuse and neglect has been very successful also. Like I said, it's not just our unit. This is us as an agency. We assist Child Protective Services, Department of Health and Human Resources, other agencies in that fact. It's been very successful.